surrounded by gods of man. I thought I saw his eyes. They parted wild, for the house always, for the house always wins. For the house always wins. For the house always wins. For the house always wins.
All right, can everybody hear me? It looks like it. All right. Probably gonna be only live for about 30 minutes, but just wanted to come back in here and say what's up to everybody. Get some extra views, if you will. Yeah, it's crazy. I thought about doing one tonight, but I don't know what's going to be the plan for tomorrow. I do have a few things either that I'm going to do or not going to do. So, it's kind of like, all right. And like I said, so probably only going to be on for about 30 minutes. But I wanted to come on here and, of course, promote the popcorn panel tonight. We're going to be talking about the Blair Witch 2 or Book of Shadows, which I did see with my girl last night because my girl loves that movie. I know I was going to cause Victor to lose his shit, but hopefully she'll be able to pop in to give her thoughts on the movie later tonight. Apologize also for the wind, but I am walking. And so, actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's give you all some. Yeah, let's do it like that. Fuck it. Y'all can see the walk, if you will. Anywho, so that's gonna be fun tonight. I'm probably gonna move up the episode 50 of the Hangman Outcast. I'm gonna move it up to probably tomorrow. I gotta check with David regarding that to see if there's anything scheduled. And for anybody who is maybe wanting to come on, I will probably only be live for less than 30 minutes. But yeah, also the other thing I wanted to talk about, it's been a chaotic last couple of days. Like, I almost dropped the phone. A lot of people have been just talking, gushing about the return of the Outcasts, which is crazy. Like, I knew this was going to happen. The people who have been, like you would say, hiding in the shadows, which is funny because some of the lyrics to some of the songs on here that I use. But a lot of people that have been hiding in the shadows have just magically returned. It's crazy how that type of stuff happens. It's great, give these people a opportunity. And as far as that goes, like I'll still be, I think the main streams that I'll be hopping on will be, of course, Monies, and of course, trying to think, Sloppies, and like Jordan, all that other stuff. So I'll be going on there, doing stuff like that. But always, I always say, the Outcast is going to be the destination. If anybody has anything to say. Um, and we are going to be ahead of the curve, if you will, regarding stuff we're doing. As I'm getting a cigarette. Anywho, we're going to be ahead of the curve in regards to a lot of different things. Fuck, I forgot my keys are in the. So my girl got me this nice little fucking keychain with the lighter holder. So there's a little bat wing on it. Anywho, so we're going to be doing things that, of course, probably me, Tom, and David would have done with the Outcast back in the day. In regards to the editing, all this other stuff, and some software, if you will. David sent me. Oh, okay. Well, welcome, Dragon. But yeah, so we're gonna have some innovative things going on with the show regarding. 1 second. Regarding what the Outcast is going to be, and like there have been some talks about potential sponsors for the show. I won't get into too much details because of the fact that it is still something that's being worked on. But the Outcast is going to, as I've said, be bigger, badder, and better than ever. It is going to be something that a lot of people I think will enjoy and hate, but hey, you know that's how it is with all shows. But yeah, we're going to try some new innovative things. The other reason why I moved it to the May 14th outside of work. Also the fact that gives you time to implement certain things so it can integrate into the show seamlessly instead of just doing it on the fly, whatnot. So I think it's going to be one of the more innovative shows in our community. Maybe not the more innovative show of YouTube, because trust me, a lot better streamers, a lot better content creators out there. But in regards to our community, there's only a few others I could say that does something similar to it. Again, I apologize about the wind. Casualty of doing streams outside, but what are you going to do? But yeah, now towards any other streams, I may still do open house, but as of right now, that's probably not going to be something that I'm going to be focusing most of my time on. If I do one between now and the Outcast premiere, then you'll know. But as far as anything else, there's not going to be much else. I do want to try to get back into gaming, like do gameplay streams. Maybe we can implement stuff of the Outcast into the gaming streams as well. So we'll look into that because I do want to try to do that as well. To have like a YouTube universe, I guess you would say, of the Outcast. What is it? YOU, which is funny. YouTube, what do you call it? YouTube Outcast Universe or something like that. I don't know. the one thing about me is I always have 1,000 ideas running in my head, and some stick, some don't, but we will see what happens. So, but now, hopefully, it's going to work. I will not interfere with any outcast, but if it does, I will let y'all know in advance. But we shall see. I'm going to try to keep it where I'm off for sure Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So that way I could do the show on Tuesday with the popcorn and then the outcast on Wednesdays. And then anything else, like the game streams. If I focus on anything else outside the outcast and popcorn, that's going to be the, what do you call it? Excuse me, the gaming streams. Where are you going? Well, I can't say on here, but I'll just say it's personal. So, Dragon, you should probably have an idea of where I'm heading. But yeah, let's see. You don't sound out of breath. Oh yeah. Well, one, it's not hot today. It's not too hot. Like I'm not sweating too much. And two, got me a beverage with me, making sure that I am, good. I'm gonna try to do more walk. Maybe the impromptu open house could be just walking strings or something like that. Something like that. I do need to make. I may still keep the same video, like the same intro, but modify it with the new logo. I also need to do that for the logo here because we're heading into a new era. And it's funny, probably the other reason is the wind. It's probably what's keeping me going too. But always try to exercise every day, whether that is walking, jogging, going to a gym, doing something. Try to keep yourself mobile. My job, I gotta be on my toes. I gotta be on my feet. I gotta be moving around. Gotta be able to do that. Gotta be able to, do a little tap dance or stuff like that. Gotta be able to move around quickly. These are things that a lot of us can be doing. Hell, do more streams where you are walking out, where you are doing something, being active. Like, again, it could be issues with wind or with noises like cars and whatnot. But, again, the idea is you got to be able to step outside of your comfort zone, step outside the box, think outside the box. And, some people may not like it. Some people may find the background noise annoying. Again, I'm using my headphones, so I don't know how much of the wind you hear in the background. So, just try different things. Try different ideas, see what sticks, and all that. And again, embrace the people, like everyone. Embrace your friends, embrace your fans, embrace your haters, because at the end of the day, your haters are your fans as well. Sometimes, and I've talked about this before, your haters are your biggest fans. And that is, something that, you gotta understand. Oh yeah. He's a go-to streamer. Yeah, yeah. He is the you know, yeah. Everything is AI. For now. I guess that's why I have taken the mantra of the king of AI. I don't even know if I'm being honest. Like if well, I can't say nothing because I've always said this. Anybody who is going to be mentioned on the Outcast deserves any any blowback. So, like I've said this. One second. God damn. All right, there we go. All right. I've always said, you know, with like if anybody doesn't want, sometimes I like if we find someone on the Outcast that is entertaining, that is someone that we could make content out of, we will. But other people, if they want to talk about us, then the Outcast is the workplace to make content of it. For the longest time, I have seen the trolls, the haters as a what's the word I'm looking for? As a crutch, as a handicap. But I've realized that using your trolls, your haters, and not taking them seriously, like for any reason, is to, you can use it to your advantage. So it is something that I feel like a lot of us should be doing. I'm not saying to keep every troll around or whatnot, or certain trolls, they can be blocked or whatnot. It is what it is. But the old saying is, if you don't want to be mentioned, don't give me or anybody else content to use. But then again, that can be used the other way. Like I've realized, and I've talked to David about this, because David and I have a very good friendship, a great friendship, and a great business relationship, if you will, in that regard. And David sees the bigger picture. David sees what needs to be done to take the Network 3000 to the next level. And who knows, this show may not succeed, but due to the reception or the reaction of just the announcement in the last, it's not even been a full week. I think tomorrow will mark a week since the announcement, tomorrow, Thursday. It shows you that this show is going to do great. And that is something that David sees, that I see. It's something that is going to take this channel to the next level. It's going to do for Network 3000 what it did to the House of Chain / Hangman Charlie channel. It's going to take it to the next level. And again, anybody will be able to come on. We could chill and have a good time, or we could talk some shit. Like I said, that first episode, I'm planning on it for it to only be 3 hours. But since it is the first episode, we go basically how I look at it, the longest it's going to go, unless, it all depends also. It all depends. The max I think I will ever take a Outcast episode is 6 hours. But I don't want to make that into a weekly thing. Usually I want to keep it at 3 for most episodes. But for certain ones, it will go as long as it needs to. But again, I want to keep it at max 6 hours. It just depends on what happens, who watches, and who comes in. That's going to depend. That's going to determine the length of it. Yeah, that is true. That is true, Tom. Yeah, I was fit that same clip, and it was just astonishing. Like he's gonna be on the Outcast on the 14th. He's not going to be he's very shy. He's very shy. He doesn't want anyone to know. Even though it's no. But he doesn't he's still very shy. So he's going to be on call. He's going to be on a call with the show on the 14th. Who knows? We may have other people calling in. Or I call them. It could be a plethora. It's just going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. Everyone, like I said, everyone is excited for the return of the Outcasts. Even if they don't want to admit it, they're excited. So, yeah, it's going to be a very fun time. But it is going to be something where people are going to, like, this first episode, I guarantee is going to be talked about for weeks. Even after the next couple episodes. Yeah, well, yeah, we're good. He talked about, and other people have seen the I guess the clips that have not been shown on here. Everybody's seen the clip. He's like now one of my biggest fans. As I cross the street, walking. Anyway, yeah, he even told me he's sorry for all the horrible things he said. He's in on the joke. He's okay with being made a meme and all this other stuff. He was the one that came up with the idea for the Molefoco. It's great. Now again, you'll probably tell other people that it's not true, but you gotta save face. I get that. You gotta be obedient to your other homies who you gotta follow the crowd. I get that. I told him. I said, you know what? Like again, we're not directly talking, but we're talking like through a third party. I told him. I said, hey man, I get it. Gotta be with the cool kids, or what you think are the cool kids. So it's all good. It's all good in the hood. Yeah, it was all storyline. It was all for entertainment purposes. It was all one big swerve, bro. Now he got into method acting. That's probably why you blocked him, because he got into serious method acting. That's the problem with going into method acting. You can't go too full. You can't go like it's like fucking Tropic Thunder. You can't go full retard. Yeah, well, yeah. Hey, well, he's a really good actor because he went a little too far in his method acting, but he did what he did. So, again, it was just, it was all elaborate swerve. It was all storyline, you know. Like I even told him that, there's going to be there's going to be somebody for a spot to come in to give his thoughts on him on a later date. But I'll make that announcement on the next episode or on the first episode. So yeah, like hopefully, that like the other ones are swerves too. The other people. Like with what's his name? The guy you mentioned earlier, Bio. We praised him as a streamer, and yet he just goes after us. Like I was hoping he would be part of the elaborate storyline, but like I guess he was a little more far off in terms of stupidity than we thought. I thought he may be at least smart enough to see the bigger picture. But hey, what are you gonna do? What are you going to do? I'm gonna cut the camera off now. We're gonna be probably live for another few minutes. Hello, Caucasian. Wrong. What's wrong? And welcome, Caucasian, if I didn't say that already. Well, yeah, because I thought it'd be like the other guy. I thought it would be like where we could make beautiful money music together. I thought we could make fucking bucket loads of money. And I guess he doesn't like money. Yeah. I saw the clip, Tom. I saw the clip of when he was talking about this is his empire, this is his kingdom, and then he got shot. It was glorious. That was like the greatest clip I ever seen in my life. Oh yeah, that is you know what? I think I know why he doesn't want anyone to hang out with him. It's because he wants them all to himself. I get that. You got that jealous girlfriend type shit. I 100% understand. So I get that. So what we should do, we should start a GoFundMe. We should start a GoFundMe to get Kevin to come down from his fucking basement in the UK. We should start GoFundMe to get him and Arthur to meet up in person. We'll have a meet on equal ground. We'll have a meet here because I'm the trend center. I'm the trendsetter. We'll have him come down here and we'll have them meet, and it'll be a glorious time. Yeah, he's so busy. Yeah, he like hopefully he won't be too busy for too much longer because he's got to be supportive of his fans. Let's see. Yeah, the younger generation. Yeah. Yeah, he is. Well, to be fair though, uh, if he's in his 40s, he's still trying to gravitate towards kids. That would be kind of considered kind of a little weird. But that's just me, you know. Maybe he's the older wise man that the kids need nowadays. Yes, because he wants them all for himself, Caucasian. Like I get it. He wants them all for himself, as any jealous girlfriend would. I 100% understand that. But yeah, we will see what happens. We will see. I'll be wrapping this up in probably like 2 minutes or so. Let's see. Oh, I could see that. Yeah, 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 you can say that's true. Yeah. Let's see. Like, but let's be real here. He's mad because of what you just said, Caucasian. He's mad and he wants and he's jealous that nobody will ever go and visit him. Arthur can say something that not a lot of us can say in our community, that he has had somebody go out of his way to go and see him. You know, that is something that a lot, like only a few people can say. Like I've had multiple people come down to see me. He's had somebody that's come to see him. You know, it's just something that, not a lot of us can say. Really, the only other people. Light a cigarette real quick. Oh yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, that like him and Arthur and Kevin and Arthur. That would be, those are like dreams. Those are like things that a lot of people would love to see. Now, one good thing though is that, like, we've all, there's only been a handful of us that have been able to meet him. But the one good thing is, as far as I know, Arthur or me have never met in person Preds. That's one good thing. That is true. That is true. Like the idea that a lot of us are living happy lives, and there are people out there that don't want us to. But we don't abide by their rules. We don't abide by their lifestyles, their life choices. I guarantee you, a lot of people would be they would be a lot happier if they got laid. If they got laid, if they went out more, so on and so forth. Now, some people, can't really fucking go out and do that type of shit because, they are, and there are some people that just choose not to. But it's usually the ones that are complaining the most that are the most miserable. And so that's the whole thing. Now, I will say this here too, is that like some of these people just need something. But on the other hand, They do have something like in the examples that we've talked about. Some people have Arthur to give their life meaning. Some people have me to give their life meaning. You know, if I'm the reason that gives your life meaning, you know what? Hey, that's great. You know, I if I'm able to give your life some type of meaning, it's just like people who want to interject in other people's issues, you know, and you know, do all that. They know deep down that I give their life meaning, so they gotta come back when they've not been relevant for the longest time. And you know what? I used to be that type of person that didn't want to give you, like, allow you to have me as your inspiration for the meaning of your life. But you know what? Fuck that. If I could help out everybody, I mean everybody, to give their life some type of meaning, that is fine and dandy with me. So, but with that, I gotta get going because I got some real life stuff I gotta take care of and live, you know. But I appreciate everybody for checking this out, leaving comments, and I appreciate even more the people that are going to analyze this more than they would, more than they should. But hey, again, I love giving your life meaning. So with that, I bid you all adieu, and I will see you later tonight for the popcorn panel. And also I will see you on May 14th for the Return of the Outcast. Let's see. Yeah, that's really great. Oh, and 1 second. I unblocked him, and all right. Yeah, well, that's great. That's great. But anyway, I will see you all next time. Who knows? We may do another impromptu later tonight if I feel like it. I don't think so, but you never know. That's why they're impromptu now. So with that, ta-ta for now, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.
They're surrounded by gods of men. I thought I saw